Hello, everyone. Welcome to Skin School. Every Wednesday, Skin School. It's been a quite amazing time to do that, and I love it, and we get so much amazing feedbacks. Last week, we talked about anti-aging. I went to start with anti-aging products or treatments, and today I have a very special guest with me. Charlotte McKinney was a dear friend, an amazing actress, and just like a really smart human being who can tell us a lot about her experience, because she's also someone who started with anti-aging quite a bit too young, but she also knows that. So she wants to talk a little bit about her experience, because I think that's also important for all of us to understand, when is a good time, what does it do to us, and, what happens if I start too early. So welcome, Charlotte McKinney. I'm so excited to have you, my dear friend.
Am I on?
Where's she? You're on.
Hello.
Hi, beauty.
Am I on? Hi, gorgeous. You look amazing per usual. I'm good. Just got a little workout in, feeling good.
Okay, I love you.
All sweating. Make sure.
No, that's fine. Oh, there's my first question to you. What do you do before and after workout with your skin? I think that's a really good way to start.
That's interesting, because I like to cleanse really well, because if I sweat, my pores get really clogged, so I cleanse my skin really well, and I'd like to do the balancing toner. So cleanser, balancing toner, and then I'll just put a little bit of hyaluronic on, and then I'll work out. And sometimes I'll wear a clarifying mask while I work out, so the sweat, it kind of works together. So
Charlotte has the best advices, tricks.
I love all my little tricks. But yeah, if I'm sweating or something, I like to sweat in your product. So I like to have a lot of hyaluronic on and clarifying. So that's kind of my go-to. But I always make sure to wash my face really well after my workout too.
So I think that's really important to understand. So if we do workout, if we sweat, this can also be the cause for breakout. So it's important before you work out that you do a skin routine, what Charlotte proposed, and then when you're done workout, you wash off all your sweat and clean your skin again, and then you do another skincare routine. I think that's really, really important. Very good, Charlotte. So
I've noticed if I don't wash my face or do a balancing toner after I work out, I get pimples, just those little small surface pimples, because it's clogged. So definitely people always forget to do it after their workout, and I think it's super important. So.
This is actually, also a little bit about, going into the summer. So some people, right now still there's the season of pollen. Lots of people have allergies. They have like very sensitive skin, very dry skin. And then when it comes into the summer months, people tend to sweat way more, and then their skin is a little more oily. So we also need to decide which time of the year we are in and what to do with our skin. So not every product, your skincare routine doesn't stay the same throughout the year. So you switch it up a little bit, especially when you come to summer and you sweat a lot and your skin becomes a little more oily. You want to have like a light moisturizer, or you go for the clarifying cream. Whereas when you are in springtime, you still use the normal moisturizer.
Yeah, it's funny. I noticed this weekend I was at the beach in Laguna, and it was really hot, and I go, oh, now I need to start switching up my routine. Normally I have a lot of face moisturizer, but the other day I started with my clarifying, my sun drops, and a little bit of the light moisturizer, and I'm realizing now it's definitely getting hotter, and I need to go a little lighter on the skin, because I get prone to breakouts when I start to sweat. So it's funny how you have to really change your products around the seasons.
Yeah, and I think that's really also important to understand for everyone who has to deal with breakouts on a regular basis. Like you always say, sometimes my skin is prone to break out no matter what. So it's really good to listen and watch your skin and see what's needed at that given moment at the time. So Charlotte, tell me a little bit about your teenage years. How did you grow up, and what did you experience with your skin? What did you learn from your mom?
Yeah. So I'll give you guys a little background of just like my skin and how I kind of got into the anti-aging at such a young age, kind of like we were saying. But I grew up in Florida and my dad's from the Bahamas. So we were always, no matter what, even if it was winter, we were on the beach. It was sunny. And I grew up with both sides of my family have skin cancer and melanoma. So it's been a big part of like my life. So even at a really young age, I practiced safe skincare. And my mom always, you know, was really just so would just cover me, kind of like what you do with Pepper, just cover me in sunscreen when I would go outside. So at an early age, I knew that that was something super important. So I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, as I kind of got, you know, into modeling and working at a young age, I was always so obsessed with like keeping my skin young and doing everything that was kind of trending at the time and this and that. So I think when I was like around 19, 20-ish, I started doing lasers and all these things because I thought, oh, this is going to prevent, this is going to help me, you know, every day, every new place has something. So I was always kind of trying things out. And then I realized in the long run that kind of gave me more of those dark freckles and made more pigmentation on my skin. So what I've learned from that is to kind of just focus on, you know, with your products, they're not stripping the skin. And a lot of these products, as I grew up, were stripping my skin, you know? So yeah, I think for me, it's just been really important to like practice safe sun and, you know, stay away from those lasers and those crazy things because it definitely messed up my skin.
So it's really important to know. Yeah. So you're still super young. You're 20, 25 or 26 now.
Something around there.
Whatever. She's like a baby. She's like a baby. But when we met, and it's quite some time ago, I was like, you know, Charlie was already, you know, telling me what she has done and lasers and what is like, oh, geez, you know. And so we talked about it, but you know, I've always had told you, you know, not to do these aggressive treatments and etc. But I'm not like, you know, I'll stop doing that, whatever. So I think your journey into going away from everything comes from yourself. I think you experience the certain things, and some things, you know, it's like if your parents tell you, oh, don't do this because if you do that, then this and this will happen, and you say, oh yeah, whatever, you know, I want it to my own experience. So that's the same. I think sometimes with skincare, I think, you know, especially when we're younger, we think, you know, we know better and this is something my parents would know and this is new and this needs to be done and everybody's doing it, so I'm doing it. So I think there are lots of skincare treatments out there, especially, you know, in the acid area with retinol, retin-A, glycolic. I think glycolic is very popular with especially also the young you know, teenagers. And you know, I think, you know, everybody thinks they need to go for those anti-aging treatments, which are not really anti-aging, because as you say, you know, it caused you quite some disruption in your skincare, in your skin with hyperpigmentation. This hyperpigmentation comes from disruptive skin barriers. So just for everyone to remember, and not everyone is always in skin school, so I repeat myself probably to the one of you who are here every Wednesday, but the skin barrier is our fortress and our protection tool of our body, and we need to make sure the skin barrier is intact and is working and is functioning to the best ability possible, because not just sun but also pollution or the HEV light from our screens, from our phones and computers, they penetrate the skin and they create not just hyperpigmentation but also premature aging and cancer. So if you now use a treatment which disrupts your skin barrier, and that's definitely retinol, retin-A, glycolic, any type of acid peels, any type of harsh ingredients, any type of treatments like lasers, and so on. So it's really important for everyone to understand, if you use those type of treatments, your skin is not functioning to its best. So you have to protect, you have to stay inside. Best is you go to bed and hide under your blanket, yeah, because daylight gets you everywhere, and you know, and I also experience with myself, you know, when I inject Botox in my skin and I go in the sun the same day, and I'm not careful, I have hyperpigmentation just from the areas where I inject Botox. I know exactly where it comes from. So there's like, you basically make like a disruption of your skin barrier, and you burn your skin right there. So it's really important for everyone to understand, if we keep our skin in a healthiest, most hydrated, most protected way, most loving, dealing with our skin will not only be more beautiful and more dewy, glowy, and just the appearance will be much better, but it will be also healthy, and it won't even show disruptions and problems. So I think even with breakout, if you treat your skin in a nice way, in a very good way, and don't dry out your breakouts, and don't push some harsh chemicals on it, then your skin will thank you for it with looking glowy and beautiful. What do you think about that, when you look back with all your treatments, and now you're going like exactly the opposite way?
Yeah, well, when I met you, I found your brand really early on, and I was so curious because I had tried everything.
You did?
Yeah. And so I was so curious. I wrote you guys, I'm like, I'm dying to try these products. I had bought some, and it was around the time when you were coming to LA, and I got to meet you. And when you kind of saw me, you were kind of like, oh, you really have to stop doing this. Don't do this, do this and that. And I really took it to heart, because you obviously know more than I did. You're, this amazing doctor. So for me, ever since I've gotten on your routine, I don't see the age spots, just as a young kid, and any time when I got a pimple, I would dry it out so harsh, and I would leave these marks and things like that. So, now with the clarifying line, it's just, there's no, like, if I touch any other products, I just see such a difference in my skin of how bad it is. So I've just kind of stayed on this thing, and I've, when you've seen me recently, my skin has just looked the best it's ever looked.
We did a house call together. So cute. Also, what I love about you, you're like a little scientist yourself. You're like trying different things and mix them, and and that's the nice thing about Sturm products as well. You can just get your own routine. It can be just 2 products, or it could be 10 products, whatever. So you just mix it the way it works the best for your skin, and you figure it out. Nothing will ever hurt your skin. Nothing will ever dehydrate your skin. I think the really biggest key here is hydration. And we just talked about the clarifying line. The clarifying line to me was such a close to my heart development, and it took me quite some time, because there's so many people out there who get acne even in older age, but they also want to do anti-aging. They want to also hydrate their skin. So this clarifying line is basically designed to heal up blemishes, but also hydrate and do anti-aging. And I think that's the combination, which works so well, because most clarifying products, they are designed to dry out your skin, and really if you dry out your skin alone, and you disrupt your skin barrier function, if you just take a too hot of a shower, you already disrupt your skin barrier function. It's like these little things I think can help to achieve healthy skin.
Yeah, totally. And for me, I didn't really develop acne until I was I don't say I have acne, but I would get hormonal breakouts more when I was in like my 20s. So for me, I still wanted to do my anti-aging, but like this, your spot treatment is so good. I love the smell of it. The smell of the tea tree.
Me too. So I love the smell.
It's so good. But something about this, as opposed to, when I use this at nighttime, I'm not waking up with dry, flaky skin. This just kind of heals it instead of drying it out so dramatically. So that line you created for clarifying is like the holy grail for pimples, I think. So, and as I've said in the past, sometimes I just get that hormonal breakout, and it's saved my life.
There's a makeup artist, Charlotte, you probably know her. I don't want to say the name now, but she had acne, and she only used the spot treatment, And with the spot treatment, she healed up her entire acne. I don't know how she did that, but didn't have any other products, and that's what she'd been using because she also wanted to cover her spots all the time. So this totally healed up her spot. It was crazy, but it's a nice combination. And everyone who's interested in ingredient science as well, we send out a like an ingredient list of ingredients which are good to have in products, which ingredients are bad to have in products, and then you can find your own personal products with the right ingredients. But the spot treatment definitely is amazing because it has zinc and tea tree oil. It's really never drying out your skin, but heals up your spot. It's really it's covering. It's with tint and without tint, by the way, just for you guys to show. I don't know if I do this correctly, but
yeah.
It's probably not my color. Maybe, yes.
Yeah, I have the clear and the tinted. And the thing is, when I get a pimple and I put makeup on it, it makes it so much worse. So for me, this product's amazing because I'm covering it, but I'm still healing it. So that, and now you have more colors, I saw.
Yeah, we brought out a bunch of more colors. So there's a color for everyone now, which I'm very excited about. But you just said something about makeup, and makeup is, some people think, oh yeah, you know what, I have bad skin and they're all red and pimple and everything, and then they put like 3 layers of makeup on top, and makeup is so it clogs your pores. It's really bad from the ingredients, and we need to get into loving our skin, especially also if we have a problematic skin. And if we have acne, for example, and you want to use makeup, do a skincare program first. Take care of your skin, treat your skin in the best way with skincare, and then you do the spot treatment and cover it up, and then you do a little light makeup, but then you already have done such an amazing job to take care and hydrate your skin. And then you put a little makeup on top. But don't, because if you have bad skin and then you hide it with makeup, you come in a circular vicious, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and you want to hide more and more and more. And let's break down the cycle of having to hide your skin, and let's get into good skin, and then you use makeup whenever you need it. So I think that's really something with makeup. I don't know, you're an actress, you have to use a lot of makeup. How do you deal with makeup? Do you do your skincare routine first? How do you prep your skin?
I think that's the most important thing. Like if I know I'm going to be in makeup all day, I make sure, and I like the clarifying serum because that's kind of that barrier to kind of hide the bacteria and stuff. But I think it's about skin prep. And even like today, I didn't want to have, I haven't been wearing makeup, but I had a little, like just a dot here on my chin, and I just put the little cover up, and I felt so much better, and I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup right now. So I love that. But when I'm working and stuff, I think it's just the pre-skin you do before, and makeup's just an add-on. So not overdoing it, just adding it where you need it. But yeah, your products really help me kind of have a barrier before I go into a work or put a ton of makeup on. So I think the skin prep is more important than the makeup half the time.
So what is your actual routine right now? Do you cleanse, you exfoliate, you tone, you use a serum of moisturizer? So what do you want to walk us through? What you think is really important for everyone to just like, obviously cleansing your skin. If you have oily skin, morning and night. If you have super dry skin, maybe once a day is enough. You do this at night. With cleansers, you already should really watch out for cleansers who are hydrating to your skin, never dry out with anything you use, never dry out your skin. So maybe it's nice to hear from you what you use on a daily basis.
Yeah, my last facial with, I think it was with Holly, but I really got into the darker skin tone line. I liked how the cleansers feel. They're a little more gentle too. So I've been doing the darker skin cleanser and enzyme cleanser, which I love. So I'll do the enzyme. I'll do that maybe twice a week. And then I've been doing, I've been breaking out a bit more. So I've been doing the clarifying serum, hyaluronic, and face cream light. And then if I have a spot, my thing. And then also at nighttime, like last night I did this. I washed my face, did my hyaluronic and my night serum, and my skin, when I use that night serum, I've told you this several times, it's insane. I feel like I have like injections all over my face. I just feel, I feel so plump. I feel like I just got my whole face filled. It's literally like the best. So that
you're all obsessed with the night serum. You know, guys, if anybody wants to do anti-aging, the night serum, and you know, there's no age limit really with all of this because it's so healing, loving, hydrating, all natural ingredients, nothing can hurt you. So it's really, oh, you can go very close to your eyes.
Yeah, I
put it everywhere.
Yeah, I put it down my neck, and I think with that, you know, I get so scared. Anti-aging, can it break you out? That like doesn't break me out, plumps me. It's literally, I could drink it.
But you know, the term anti-aging, you know, I think meanwhile, you know, if some product says anti-aging, the first question is, oh, is it safe in pregnancy? And the second question is, oh, is it too harsh for me? And the third question is like, oh, am I too young for it? So, I mean, those questions are absolutely unnecessary, you know, if you come to our Sturm family, but it's really, it shouldn't have these questions because number one, our aging process starts with puberty because the tumors is going on low work, but so aging starts right there, and it's nice to already prevent from aging in younger age. So, you know, the night serum or, you know, the hyaluronic serum you should start using early, but you know, if a product says it's not safe to use in pregnancy, it already suggests that it can hurt your unborn baby. So if it does that, it probably hurts a bunch of other things in your system. So I think it's really really good to stay away from everything which says don't use when you're pregnant. If something hurts, tingles, burns, you know, if it feels like your skin becomes super red, that's a form of inflammation. Stay away from products which do that. Stay away from products which say, oh, it's anti-aging and you need to be a certain age. Don't use that either. You know, it's like, please be really, really mindful of the things you put on your skin. Your skin is such a sensitive organ and it needs to be treated like such. And, you know, we are so good in our, you know, we are interested in fitness, and I want to talk about you with you about that too. Fitness, wellness, and overall anti-aging lifestyle, anti-inflammatory lifestyle. We're so interested and so good about what we eat, how we live, how we deal with our bodies, but then with our skin, we sometimes think, oh, we need to do this and this and this and then anti-aging. I think this is something you could talk a little bit more about, how you felt, how you wanted to prevent and went a little bit the wrong way, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything says you can't do it when you're pregnant, or don't do it at all. That's a red flag. You know, that's so unsafe for your body. And my mom told me your skin is your biggest organ. So much stuff that you put on yourself or do or laser, that goes into your body. You know, we're so health conscious of what we eat, and this has to be organic and this and that, but then we put junk on our face. And so that's why when I did find your products, I'm like, wow, not only is this working, but it's actually really good and safe. You know, we've talked about my sister using it when she's pregnant and this and that. I think it's so important that people aren't putting these harsh products that can really hurt you in the long run.
What do you do for, you know, diet, stress relief? How's your overall lifestyle? Because, you know, I know you're a maniac and you know everything. So also later, guys, I want you to come in our chat and ask some questions. But this is a question I think everyone wants to know from you right here. What is your diet like and what do you do?
Yeah, well, as we've always talked about, is the anti-inflammatory diet. And I have some conditions that I just get inflammation really easily. So for me, it's just super clean, everything local, not, you know, everything fresh, what's in season, and just those anti-inflammatory foods, turmeric, avocados, just things that help inflammation. And I think staying active and always moving around is really important for me. But yeah, I think I follow, you know, from you and from my other doctor, is this I'm really into this anti-inflammatory diet, and it's really easy. It's really good. You know, all these foods are so good, the berries, the antioxidants, all these things, you know, once you get into it, you don't really even crave those bad foods. You know, refined sugars and packaged foods, I really just stay away from. They kind of get me sick. But I do enjoy fish sometimes, but mostly all around vegetable based, and making vegetables my main source of food. So yeah, and you had that amazing cook there one day with the anti-inflammatory food. I could have ate there every day for the rest of my life.
No?
It was, you guys, it was amazing. Like I would literally came over for a facial like an hour early just to sit there and eat that food. It was so good.
I know. So yeah, I think, you know, if you prepare vegetable in a certain way, you know, especially being at home now, we cook a lot, and you know, we always learn, and we got like this amazing cookbook, by the way. Charlie, can you bring me this cookbook? We get the most amazing, I have to show you guys. It's so good. There's so many interesting, amazing recipes. They're so tasteful. And you know, Charlie's cooking a bunch. He did like a whole menu the other day, and it's mostly vegetable based.
I wrote her on Instagram the other day. I'm like, your food, she's turning into like an amazing chef.
Yes. Thank you, Charlie. Look, this one. Charlie, come here. What is it? What is the name?
Ottolenghi.
This guy, Ottolenghi. This is, look, all her post-its on here. This is what will be on our
He has a cafe in London.
He has a cafe in London. This stuff is really amazing.
Simple. Oh, okay. Will you send me those? I need to order that.
Yes.
I'll send you a picture.
Yes. All our friends ordering those because they're like, I mean, if you, the food is amazing. So I think, yeah, everyone is learning how to cook better and better. People who have never cooked now getting into preparing food. And I think, you know, especially with vegetable, there are so many ways of doing it super healthy and beautiful. And, you know, when you come to teenage skin, when I was young, I started being a vegetarian when I was 16 years old. And,
yeah,
you know, I was like quite an active, not pro, but it was a quite active tennis player. And I was on the tennis court every day, and I ate, you know, every day, you know, was like pasta, you know, like tennis player food, you know, and with meat sauce and whatever. So, you know, at one point I just said, and I'm not eating meat anymore. So I went totally the opposite into super healthy diet, you know, and ever since I'm 16, I never changed that again. So ever since I'm 16, I have this diet, and I think it's so important to, you know, for your mental health, for your skin health, for your overall health, for your inflammation level. I think the more you educate yourself in food and how to eat well and how to bring down inflammation. Also, you know, what's really great once in a while, like do early dinners, don't have more food after 5. Also, some people tend to be vegan, you know, if you're vegan and you eat like raw vegetable in the evening, your body cannot really digest it so well. It causes acidity in your system, and then it can cause inflammation in your system, which then can be shown on your skin. Like even if you eat certain vegetable, the way you prepare it is important, the way and when you eat it. So it's really good to learn about all of that, and it can really reflect on your skin.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that about the raw food, because for there was a time when I was really vegan and I was only eating raw, and I would constantly be in the doctor with bloating and uncomfortableness. And I realized the raw food you really have to be careful with and really make sure you're chewing it well, because it can really cause inflammation. So now I cook all my vegetables or soups and things like that, because a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm eating vegetables, but sometimes it can, you know, do the opposite and really hurt you. But I think when people say what's the key to good skin, I think it's what you put in your body. You know, if I have alcohol, I see it on my face. If I have sugar, you know, I get pimples. And with your skin food, pills I take too, like those feel like I'm getting all around the nutrients I need to.
If you eat a lot of sugar, the waste can glue your collagen. So there's like lots of destruction in eating, you know, and I'm not saying don't eat sugar, you know, I love my piece of cake and, you know, but it's about like, you know, in moderation, everything in moderation. So let's not become fanatic about it, but you know, especially if you have problems with your skin, it's really nice to rethink your diet and see, you know, maybe look into how much meat do I eat, because meat and dairy also, they can have lots of hormone, lots of antibiotics. If you eat high sugar food, this could have like effect on your skin and can cause acne. So I think it's really important to look into the 360 lifestyle. Also, you know, going to bed early. Right now there's a lot of, you know, dry skin and breakouts because also of stress. So if you have a lot of stress and anxiety and you can't really sleep at night, your cortisol level rises and causes inflammation. So it's really nice if, you know, you find some way of taking, you know, moment and de-stress. I wanted to ask you, what's your anti-inflammatory moment? How do you wind down sometimes and de-stress?
I think for me, like lately, it's I'll dry brush. I'll use your dry brush. I'll take a nice bath and kind of just relax, soak in a tub, and then, you know, moisturizing my skin. And I think for me, what makes me calm down is taking care of my skin and doing all my stuff. But yeah, I really like to just like, you know, get a good bath and a good scrub in. I love that lately. It's kind of been helping me go to sleep earlier and relax at night and kind of just let it all go.
And what's on your bedside table?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I have, no matter what, and I think I do this in my sleep, I literally have your lip balm next to me and I'm constantly putting it on.
Charlotte is such a good ambassador for me.
I know, I'm waiting for the ambassadorship. No, I have my lip balm. I take magnesium before I go to bed. That really helps me sleep. So a huge thing of water, tea, lip balm, and magnesium. I'm kind of good to go.
Good. And what's the one drugstore product you buy?
One drugstore product I buy is Epsom salts that I put in my bath. It's like,
oh yeah, that's amazing.
Cheap and,
that's amazing.
Yeah, you get the salts and you're good.
And then we should ask you also, you have beautiful hair. What do you do with your hair? What products do you use on your hair? Or do you anything special?
Not really.
Not really. Do you have the scalp serum, by the way? Do you have the scalp serum?
Barbara, that's the one thing I haven't tried. It's that and that hand wash I need to try. So tell me a little bit about it. How would that benefit me? What is it like? Tell me about it.
So, you know, I always wanted to have something for the scalp because obviously we do so much stress to our scalp with dyeing our hair, blow drying, straightening, going in the sun, pollution, never protected. So I just wanted to have a nice skincare product for my scalp. That's it. And it's amazing. People are freaking out about it. So I'm very, 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 very pleased with it. So
I need to try
yeah, I will get it to you.
My grandma actually, where she got all her skin cancer removed was her scalp. You know, a lot of people don't know how important scalp is with, like, she has a big hole in her head because the sun gets there. And, you know, we really have to replenish those vitamins.
There's no protection.
I love it.
Thank you for always making the skin school happening. I know there's a lot of work behind the scenes, so thank you for that. Charlotte, this will not be our last skin school. Let's talk about
I think we're doing some other stuff coming up. So we'll stay in touch, and I may come by your house and wave from up.
No, come over. I love you. Thank you everyone for watching. Send us your questions. Be in touch. Bye everybody.
Yeah, feel free to write me. Bye.